Yo, 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 what's good, world? It's your boy Rob, Geo. Real talk, real views. Another episode coming through for y'all, man. Let's get right into it. Man, I know everybody probably feels angry, Joe, sad, hurt, distraught, depressed because of them not charging those cops that killed Breonna Taylor. I know me personally, I was angry. You know what was crazy? The same day, the same night, the verdict, they hit the world with the verdict. A lot of nurses came up to me telling, hey, be careful when you're going home because there was riots outside of my job. Just right then and there, people burning buildings. I was laughing when they said they shot two cops. I'm like, boy, like I was telling you over the phone, I was like, yo, if this justice system doesn't get better, we'll create our own justice system, which means if you're doing some fucked up shit, every neighbor will fucking annihilate you. I think that's a little bit more scarier than cops. But like I said, man, that was bullshit. It comes to a point where I don't even know what to feel anymore, Joe. Do I feel anger? I'm just starting to get numb. Nothing is changing. Why is nothing changing? Somebody who's very religious might be like, God damn it, is God real? When is things gonna get better? Fuck! 400 years? Come on, God, you can't do this to me. Punish me for 400 years? What did I do? Makes me want to get on the time machine. What did the niggas do back then? Did we do something, Joe? This karma sucks.
And it's just very interesting to see how the justice system so-called is so-called helping the people and working for the people. And in reality, you see 3 cops go into a home where it was a warrant, I believe, with no warrant, just come in there and asking for her ex-boyfriend, which wasn't even home. And she said they weren't home and just pretty much got annihilated by like that. And it's just things like that. Like you're wondering, like, man, what if that happens to me? Or what if that happens to, one of your loved ones? And you start to think about that, like,
I'm going to jail.
And this world is crazy. So the whole ruling behind it is very sad to see that the so-called peoples of the leaders that we so-called put in office. Yes, we put in office because you had a chance to vote for them and to vote for other people. And for the people that didn't vote, you're just as worse for not voting, which means me, because I didn't vote.
Yep. I'm guilty.
Right? I'm guilty.
I'm guilty.
So when you see these things happen, and you're just like, damn, like, we need to go out there and vote. We need to do this. We need to do that. This could have been prevented years ago if we took the initiative rather when it got to this point, right? A lot of people like Kaepernick, right, and other influential Blacks talked about this prior to this escalation and towards this pandemic that we're in right now. You gotta understand, Kaepernick got into a peaceful protest and got on one knee, put his fist up, and pretty much wanted to let people know about police brutality and injustice for Blacks. He was trying to let us know in 2012. That is 8 years ago. You see what I'm saying? That is a long time ago. And if he's doing that at that time, letting us know and saying, hey, this and that, and we need to get out there, we need to make a change, and people need to realize the importance of this police brutality. We didn't see it. I think it was 2014, not 2012, but whatever. We need to look at this, right? People were just brushing it off, like it was just a like for us, it's sad to say, but as Blacks, like, we just like, man, we ain't gonna be able to do nothing. It's been 400 years, ain't nothing's changed, ain't nothing's going to change. So all we need to do is keep our mouth shut, put our heads down, keep it pushing. When the officer says something, we just abide by the law. Or if you want to go all crazy and ruckus, then you feel me, you do what you gotta do. But at the end of the day, I'm not getting shot. for something stupid or for something that doesn't need to escalate. So people tend to divert or move away. Some people are made for the pressure. Some people aren't even in the category with pressure, right? Like some people could handle facing a cop. Some people can't handle facing cops. Like they go into panic mode, right? So the thing about it is, us as Black folks, we need to put people and leaders in these chairs of command to progress us, to showcase the importance and for improvement and a damn revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Just a whole 360 period in these couple of years that we finally get to elect someone in office that could potentially be that change maker for us. Now, is there somebody personally to me when I've been looking at the candidates right now to see if there's anybody that could make a change? Personally, I say no. There's no one right now in that candidacy that could change it. But I do see a lot of people and a lot of candidates talking about the police brutality and saying they're going to make a change. Now, the whole point of saying you're going to make a change is to get the people's votes. But we also want you to uphold your word.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the main thing that we're looking for and towards these people. And the thing about it with these local governments, people are only looking for things that are going to benefit themselves. So as a Black community, we're only 35% to 20-something% of the population of the US. The rest is different cultures and things like that, and obviously predominantly white. But as a 35% group, we should all vote for justice for African Americans. No matter if you're rich or if you're poor, looking and finding justice is the main thing that we need to do. Main thing that we need to do.
Exactly, man. For real. Hold that thought real quick. Yo, Andy. Yo, I sent you an email. Me and Joe are on right now. Yo, you good? You good, man? You just joined us, man. We'll get you on. Yeah. Yeah, man. Look like sorry folks, but our third guy is about to get on. But anyway, Joe, I like everything that you said. You spoke the truth, man. Like, look like you had a lot to get out of your chest, man. I'm guilty, but I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I did vote for Obama, but I need to vote for not only just presidential candidates. I need to vote for everybody all around. I need to know who are my senators,
legislators need to vote for all of them, because those are the people that are signing off on the local areas in which you live in the counties that you live in.
I almost feel like it's secretive. Where do you find that stuff out at? I'm gonna have to do some research or something, because
it's called internet, and yes, it's called research. You look up to see who's the candidate that's running for these positions. You look for all the candidates in your local community, in your local county.
Right. Yeah.
And you see who's voting, and you cast your ballot. Now the thing about it is that they've been campaigning since early this year. Right? They've been showcasing small campaigns, nothing too crazy, but small campaigns nonetheless. If not last year for the president, as far as Trump, because I remember he had a campaign last year.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta really like understand that researching and voting for these local and also presidential people are very important to the livelihood of not only you, but your kids, your friends, your peers, everyone else that's around you. If you want success, and if you want change, and if you want something, you will vote for someone that could provide you with those changes and that uplifting that you need. So that's the whole thing. Voting is extremely important. I ask everybody to go register. I've already registered.
Yeah,
I've taken the.
I gotta go to the office now.
I took the initiative and registered, so it's about that time, right? So now for me, it's about doing that research, right? It's about seeing which candidate to me, even though I feel like there isn't any candidates for all the positions that even in our local county, none. I feel like there's none,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to vote. Why? Because my my vote counts. What I perceive, there may be many other people that perceive the same thing as me. The likelihood of that might be zero, but the fact that I went out there and decided to vote, you
Right,
understand what
right.
I'm saying?
The older
That
generations
helps.
too hold us accountable. They'll always tell us, "Did you vote?" And you
Yeah,
tell them, "Nah." And they like, "No, no, you need to take this serious." All of a sudden, all the jokes stop, everything stop. It's a minute of like, no, no, you have to vote, and it's crazy, man. So this year, I've actually been, adamant about it. I registered. Now I got to go to the building, and I am pretty much
cast
cast
your
my
ballot.
ballot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So now that's the next step, and that's the final step. And I got to do it because I see what guys like Steven Jackson is doing. I can't, man. That very first episode of All the Smoke, seeing that he traveled all around the world, and man, there's so many guys that are not there's so many guys that are not doing it like that. But man, he's really making a difference. And I want to know, Joe, do you know what was it that Shaq and Barkley said that everybody's so mad about what Shaq and Barkley said about the whole Breonna Taylor case? I don't know what
I'm
they
not.
said. What did they say?
I'm not too sure if it's Shaq that's in that category,
Uh-huh.
but I know for a fact Barkley. He said the situation between Breonna Taylor and I I'm so sorry I forgot his name,
George Floyd?
but George Floyd are two different situations, and that's what everybody's in an uproar
What?
about. Yes, he called it. He said it's two different situations.
What an idiot. No.
Yeah,
Hell no. Yeah, it's the same. At the end, the common denominator of both situations, death.
killed by a police
Mm-mm.
officer.
Come
And
on.
the thing about it, he's saying they're two different situations because obviously George Floyd was handcuffed and he was put, into submission, got his neck pressed on, got his knee pressed on his neck for 4 minutes and 26 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, 8 minutes and 20
That was
26
murder, kid.
seconds.
I don't care what anyone says.
And
He was
obviously
done.
that's it. And the thing about it, they had that. And then Charles was talking about how police busted in looking for the boyfriend, looking for people, looking for somebody, and they shot her. You gotta understand. You gotta understand, like shit like that, dog. You can't do that.
A woman too? Come on, man. I don't care what kind of guy you are. We always got a little soft spot for them. We don't want to see them get hurt. We rather us get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Not her, dog. Shit is it's just not right. But like all I'm saying is like, yo, we gotta do it big. We
Mm-hmm.
gotta achieve all of our visions, Joe. And while we're achieving all of our visions, we unify with people who have visions, and then we create the ultimate vision, which is a revolution, and then that changes generations to come. And that's why we all need to win. That's why we all need to self-reflect. That's why you need to look in the mirror and say, dog, am I being the best fucking version of myself than I was last year or the day before? Like, yo, like, cause I'm just saying, like, we need to look in the mirror. Like, man, we need to change as black men. We need to grow as black men. We can't be staying still. I can't believe, dog, Chris Rock, these comedians be smart. Low key, these comedians be smart as a motherfucker. I like what Chris Rock said. Oh, I can't lie. Obama has his suspect moments. I apologize for not doing enough of my own
Hold on, what?
research.
Pause. Why did you say Obama had such suspect moment?
Chris Rock said that Obama benefited and helped the white people. Well, Obama had a chance to get us to get reparations, which means we would have gotten paid all of our debt that all the white people owe us for being slaves for all those years, and Obama refused to sign off on that shit.
Really?
There's some things where you're just like, Obama, you know, at the same time, I kind of get what some people are coming from, where they say, look, man, that was fucking years ago. And then if you have all that money, what the fuck are you guys gonna do with it? You guys want all this money, is anything gonna change? You got the guy who said it, T.I., getting busted for stupid shit. Like, you know, like.
No, you gotta think, you gotta understand. There are certain people that know exactly what they're gonna do with their funding, and then there's others that have no idea what they're gonna do with their funding. There are some people that are made for it, and there's some people that aren't. Right? It's literally just like that. It's literally people that know what they're gonna do with their money, and people that don't know what they're gonna do with their money. So you have to learn that. Now, when things like that happen, right? And you gotta do, and you got situations like that. Like, for example, like even T.I., right?
Yeah.
T.I., he has a whole bunch of money, boatload of money and things of that nature. But at the time of when he had it, right? He was young and up and coming. He didn't know any better. He didn't realize what type of money he had and things of that nature. Right? That was different. Now, as he gotten older, he realizes what he had, and he realizes the influence that he has and the change that he could potentially bring to his culture. Now, when he did that, you start to see. But there's these people, there's these young rappers, there's these young, rich, influential people that all these kids like. You know what I'm saying? They're following what they hear in their music, because their music, it is what drives them, what makes them go, what makes them, tick. So now when they hear these things about how they got guns and things and drugs and all these different things, they feel as though that is their way out. That's their ticket. Now think about if you had that respiration and you had that funding, you could start something with these kids. You could start to, you feel me? You could start to do a lot of things with your kids. You could put them in trust funds. You could put them for college. You could start businesses. You could potentially put them. It's so many different things, and that helps the Black community elevate and to jump into higher business roles, higher leadership roles, and that puts us up, and not saying evenly skilled with not saying evenly skilled, not saying even killed with white folks, but somewhat in that realm of improvement that we're looking forward and we're looking towards. That's what we want.
Well, first and foremost, welcome to the show, sir. We missed you, dog.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Yo, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, we got Andy in the building. Ace Fitz, our personal trainer, our health guru. He's in the building. He couldn't miss this night with y'all, man. Andy got some gems for y'all. But yeah, so we just had to give you a moment of appreciation real quick, man. Good to see you, baby boy. Well, man, I like everything that you're saying, dog. We have to, like I said, man, we gotta step up. But I wanted to hit the trust fund thing. I listened to Gary V. I don't know if you even listened to him yet. I've been telling you on multiple No, you still haven't. But Gary V talks about him knowing a bunch of people who have kids and they have trust funds, and then these kids just fall in love with drugs. They're miserable. They want to kill themselves because it doesn't matter what they do. Everybody just says to their ear, you didn't earn that money. Mommy and daddy gave it to you, or grandpa gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? But generational wealth is needed, though. But how do you even prevent that type of situation where, your kid is listening to that bullshit and they don't just succumb to it? And now you got a situation where, I saved $1 million for my grandkid, and he sees it, he blows, and he kills himself. What the fuck? I'm in heaven. I'm shaking my head.
Put me in, coach.
Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah, go ahead, Andy. Tell me what you
No,
got to say about that, dog.
that's first and foremost, man. I just love the fact that I just walked into heat. Great job so far. But no, that's a good question, man. And I think that it's a very simple thing, man. Just educate them as they're coming up, because I think the biggest thing is it is a terrible idea that you provide that child with no education or money, no type of insight of like how you got that money, and then they just reach a certain age and you just give them all that money. It's the same thing like how Joe just said it in regards to T.I. T.I., he made his music, made all these millions, was not educated how to handle those millions, and so he squandered it. I think Will Smith had a story when he was, I think, doing the rapping. He blew $1 million in a year. You know, it happens to a lot of individuals who are uneducated with money. So simply put, if you do have a trust fund, best believe that's going to come with an instant, like a very detailed education on like, here's how we built it. Here's how to like reverse engineer it if you need to. But this is what you're starting off with. Here's how your job is to now multiply this that we're giving you. And of course, educate them on how to do so.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that, bro. And and I think that for those individuals that do fall into that trap of like drug addiction, and it's all about like teaching your children boundaries, man. Like make sure that they have to understand like, yes, we have this money. Yes, we are well off, but trust and believe, like, yo, you could easily fall off this boat.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that you educate them properly, man, and they should be fine.
What about the naysayers, Andy? What about, them making it somewhere far? There are some weak people out there, dog. No offense.
I got something for I got something for you with that one. I know everybody here knows about Damon Dash. Everybody knows about Damon Dash. Multi-millionaire, genius guy,
He
all this
mean.
stuff.
I like it.
Now, Damon Dash is a multi-millionaire, right? Makes money, all that stuff. When he had his kid, right? And his kid is growing up, all that stuff. He didn't provide him with a trust fund. He didn't give him a trust fund, right? He didn't give him anything, right? He said, all the money that I have, it's for me. He has nothing, right? Mm-hmm. And he said, and he asked his son, what do you want to do? I want to be just like you. I want to be a businessman. All right, what you want your business to be in, right? And he had, and his son had to get after it. Now, a lot of people may say, damn, you got millions and millions of dollars and you don't want to give your kid nothing, but you just want him to figure out how to, get into the business on his own. Well, I see something good with that. You get to learn how hard it is to make that dollar, the dollar that you want.
I agree.
That money that you want. Now, there's some people out there that'll be saying, man, that's crazy as hell. I would never do that. I would give my son or my daughter a certain amount of cash, or if they want to go into school, they can. If they want to start a business, they can. They can have an initial fund for whatever they're trying to do, so then they can get it. But no, that's called play money. Why is it called play money in my eyes? Because you ain't do nothing for that money. It was just given to you. You don't know. You don't understand the gains. You don't understand the loss. You don't understand nothing. You just have $1 million or $2 million or a couple thousand, hundred in that trust fund. What are you doing?
They're gonna blow it. 9 times out of 10, without the proper education, they're gonna blow it. And I want to add one more thing, Joe. Here's another genius idea. With Dame Dash, with what he's doing, I think that's cool. What I was gonna say is, how about this? How about you have something set up for them? Just don't tell them. So that way, they still gotta hustle, still gotta build, and then when you pass away, all of a sudden, hey, by the way, your dad left you $5 million. But they are like, oh, snap, really? Even though, but I built on my own this empire. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't.
The way me and
as simple as that, bro. Have something for them. Just don't tell them about it. So they, in their mind, they have to hustle and grind.
Right. The way me and my wife want to do it is, we're going to give something to them, but there's going to be things that they're gonna have to do to basically earn it. You know what I mean? Like one of the requirements for one, you gotta at least graduate high school. You gotta at least go to college or something. But if you don't want to go to college, I don't know, save a certain amount of capital so we can see, okay, you're financially disciplined and you have some kind of financial intelligence, and now we can leave. We can put all this money on a platter for you, and you won't fucking just blow it. All right, man. But man, it's just so crazy. There's so many ways you can go with that. But the thing is, you want to leave your kids something. It's a failure if you don't, because my dad was not a failure. My dad just said, education, Robin, education. Okay, led to me to the education, got me a degree. I did what my dad said to do. But however,
that is something that I was just watching about that the other day, and it was literally on the 85 South show. 85 South show with Carlos Miller, DC Young Fly, Chico Bean, like. And they had Iman Shumpert on there. And Iman Shumpert was talking about his dad and his mom and how they were in the same household and they were together for, 20 plus years and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And he said something that was amazing to me. And I kind of took that and I said, this is how I want to raise my kids. And he was like, with his dad, you know how all your parents will always say, education, education. It don't matter about whatever sports you're doing, all that stuff, whatever things you want to do, but education is number one, right? Iman Shumpert's father pushed his kid's dream before anything else, right? So he told his dad, I want to be a basketball player. He never told him after that, like, listen, education is number one. Don't forget that you got to do it. You got to have education. Don't forget that you got to do, just in case basketball don't work out, you got to go to school. You got to be in college. Like, no, he was like, right. You want to be a basketball player? It's going to be hard work. You ready to work? If you're ready to work, let's go. Let's do it. Not one time did he ever mention to him we got to understand there is the importance of having a bright mind and well off and smart up here. But pushing your child's dream and pushing for that dream is something that I think is so undervalued and underrated as parents.
Yeah.
Parents don't do that. They only tell their kids, listen, if you go to college, you'll figure out what you want to be, how you want to be it. And then once you're done, you got a whole box that tells you specialize in this. And then once you go out in the real world and can't find a job, you end up doing something that's not even in that goddamn box. So then what? So then what? You graduated for no reason.
Graduated for no reason. Now I'm about to get ready to get a CDL. But if you fucking trucks, you don't need a bachelor's degree to do that shit.
But if you push your kid to his dream, if you push your kids towards their dreams and their aspirations, and tell them that their plan B is their plan A, it's a wrap. You installed confidence in them, man. It's a wrap.
No, and that's the hugest part too. I was gonna also say, I think in terms of in terms of the whole education and the school thing, I'm sure by the time that when we're parents and everything like that, like when our children are like of age to compete professionally, things might be different. But I was just gonna say, like, the kids would have to understand, like, school is a prerequisite. So what I mean by that is the main goal is basketball. Typically, the route as of right now still stands that they have to go to high school and everything like that. I think they're changing the rules that they don't need to go to college, but I think that still might be a thing as of now. Mm-hmm. So what we have to do is, all right, if your main goal is basketball, understand it. And this being the main goal, in order for you to play for high school, you need good grades. So it's like, obviously. But you switch it up, though. You don't make it like, oh, all right, but we want to make sure, like, school needs to be number one. Like, nah, school, you need to make sure your grades are good so you could play. You know what I'm saying? And then you get looked at. That's changing the mindset of like getting good grades now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right.
because then, because when you see that and you realize like, in order for me to play, I need to have this and this and that and this, whatever grade point average you need to have in that class, you're gonna get that.
Exactly.
Because in order for you to suit up, in order for you to even step on the court on game day, you gotta have that too. For us, when I was with Coach Gobert, if you ain't have a 2.5, you ain't playing. The minimum is 2.0, but he told everybody to have a 2.5.
And everybody got 2.5.
Everybody got a
that.
2.5. Simple as that.
Set the
You got
standards, bro.
you gotta have, but you gotta also have parents and coaches that care enough for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that and we don't got those on both ends. Coaches care about them because at the end of the day, they have a job. They at the end of the day, let's keep it 100. At the end of the day, they have a job. If that job and if those wins, because you have to have an average amount of you have to have an average amount, like 0.5 something, 0.6 something, 0.45 something winning percentages by the end of the season. If you do not meet those criteria, you will be fired.
Not wow, yeah, for real. Or you could be like David Blatch and take the TT finals.
Man, I
No, man.
I don't know about that.
Nowadays you don't really have much job security right now as a coach. But Joe, because I still find that shit fucked up. I'm gonna keep bringing it up until somebody tells me to shut the fuck up with that. I'm taking that to my grave. This man took a team to the NBA Finals and they called him up and said, "Yo, David, you're fired." What? I took the team to the finals. I didn't know LeBron was coming back. I thought Kyrie was going to be my man. But anyway, I ain't going to lie. Now, this conversation is about to take a huge shift, and I hope you guys are ready, man. All right, man. So basically, you guys know I gave everybody a snapshot, a preview of what the episode was going to be about this week. And basically, me and my wife had a debate about whether Odell or, if what he did was true or not. But I heard him on the Breakfast Club, Andy. He pleaded his case, and he just laughed and he said, people just come up with all types of bullshit. So I'm like, okay, Odell made his case. That ain't true. Cool, man. Just happy that my man actually said the truth, man. I just had to, because there's no way that's supposed to, feces on your chest should not turn you on because it stinks. It's mushy.
What did he say?
Man.
What did he say on the Breakfast Club?
He laughed. He laughed and he said.
First of all, was it on the Breakfast Club or was it with Maverick Carter?
Oh, I heard it on the Breakfast. Oh, no, it was with Maverick Carter. They just took that recording. They took that recording from Maverick Carter and they put it on the Breakfast Club and say, "Hey, here's what Odell had to say." But yeah, Maverick Carter, I like what he did. Shout out to Maverick Carter and his I think uninterrupted. I don't even remember what it's called, but shout out to him.
Uninterrupted.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love what these guys do. Dog, we're so good at media, but yet we haven't had media for years. That's just crazy to me. We're so fucking good at this shit. And yet you just see nothing but white media establishment, CNN, CNBC, ABC, blah, blah, blah. Man, we need to get ourselves a television station, man. But go ahead, man. I'm about to shift this conversation real quick, though.
Good luck with controlling what we see.
Well, there's that. And I was just gonna say, like, who's the majority? What is the majority of the audience, man?
I guess
the majority is white, bro. So it's like they ain't gonna cater to us. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But there is a good majority of us that like different shit. Don't like it. And they've been lying to us for years, which tells me one thing. Those white people say, "Hey, you're going to pay me $2 million just to lie all year? I'll do it. Are you fucking kidding me?" It was like how I had a white man look at me when I was a freshman at K-State and ask me, would I suck some man's dick for $1 million? I told him, fuck no. He said he would do it. He told me he'd swallow the guy's cum. He knows who I'm talking about if he ever hears this podcast. I won't say his name because I'm not green like that. But yo, I told him.
I would be green. I told him
I would never do that. That was when I knew I was different. Money doesn't just get me to just throw my values away. I can't do it. But anyway, me and my wife had a debate, about how some people's sex lives could be a little crazy. They get a little out of hand. They want to experiment with all types of shit. You got guys that want their women to wear dildos and fuck them, make them feel like
What?
I know.
Let
I
him
know.
finish.
I'm getting.
Let
I
him
I'm
never
getting,
heard of that.
I'm
Let him
getting
finish. Let him
point.
finish.
That
Let him finish.
exists. That exists, Joe. Believe it or not. But anyway, what I wanted to say, basically, my wife said that the reason why those people want to do that is because they didn't wait till they were married to have sex and they have a demonic spirit with them. And I basically told her that is bullshit. I told her that's bullshit. That's nothing to do with demonic spirit. I basically said to her, when I think of a demon, the person I think of is Frieza. That's what I think about when I think of a demon. A person who killed whole race of people and just laugh about it. That is demonic. Did you see how she killed Goku's dad? He killed Goku. He killed Goku's dad. I keep calling Frieza. He killed Goku's dad, laughed about it, killed the whole race of people behind him, and laughed and said, "What a shot! What a shot! That was a good one." Just laughed and killed. Laughed and just that's a monster. That's a monster. That's what a demon is. A demon just wants to see you hurt and just they find nothing but pleasure and joy out of it. You know, that's what a demon is. I just think people they just want to keep spicing it up and they don't realize maybe there might be a limit to spice up. You know what I'm saying? You could only put too much salt before you can't eat the damn food because it's too damn salty. You're overthinking it. You take a bite and your blood pressure immediately strikes.
So what are you trying to get at? So what are you trying to get at? What's the question?
What I'm trying to get at is I'm saying that somebody waiting to somebody who doesn't wait to have sex does not have a demonic spirit. That's fucking ridiculous.
So here's my thing.
Bullshit.
So,
that's just
bullshit. Here's my thing.
Straight up bullshit.
I ultimately agree with you. I agree 100%. However, what I will say in regards to that is, and I think Robert, you and I kind of had this conversation off the cuff. I think it's a sense of boredom. So it's one of those things where if an individual, you can only do so many positions so many times that, you want to start to explore with toys or certain things. And maybe add some people to the spice, like make it more engaging, So, so I think that's a huge part of it. And typically, individuals like that probably did have sex prior to marriage. So the two does correlate, but I don't think it has anything to do with a demonic spirit, though.
And Andy, when she said that, you were the first person I thought of. I was like, let me tell you something. My homeboy here, I know he reads the Bible every morning. At least I think. Maybe I'm not right. But I know Andy has a very kindled heart. So if he didn't say that, I know I'm not wrong. Because me and Andy had that conversation before me and her had it. And Andy, we never said nothing about Odell having a demonic spirit. That's a little too serious to speak on somebody's life. That's utterly ridiculous. And I was basically telling her that you don't know. There's not a guaranteed equation on you lasting as a couple. I learned this from my mom. I asked my mom, how'd you know my dad was the right person for you? And my mom said she didn't know. She took a chance, and that chance has proven her right for years. And I was like, no wonder I've been feeling the way that I've been feeling, but I never knew where that foundation, that thought process, that mindset came from. It was from my mom the whole time. I didn't even know. Because you don't know, like, bro, I can count, like, there's so many people that I know that did the shit the right way, this quote unquote right way. Don't kiss them. Don't grab their booty. Don't do none of that shit when you're married. Wait until you're married to do such adult X-rated activities, all this BS, and then they still end up divorcing. Yo, you want to know the divorce that hurts me the most? Emmett Smith and his wife. Married for 24 years, and one day she just wakes up, Andy, and Andy, these two are devout Christians, by the way. Yeah. Wake up one morning, and your wife say, I don't want to be with you no more. What the fuck? I gave you 24 years of my life, and just one morning, you just, I don't want to be with you. What?
I'm pretty sure that's not how it went.
I'm pretty sure it did.
It can't. There's nobody.
What did he do?
There's
What did
nobody
he
in
do?
the
He had so many
Yo,
kids with him.
Yo,
What did he do?
yo. I don't care what you say. Whatever you gotta say cannot justify somebody waking the fuck up in the morning, yawning their goddamn breath, and say, look to the left or look to the right, whatever side you sleep on, and say, I don't want to be with you anymore. Let's get a divorce. Sorry, honey.
But
I
Joe,
don't find you attractive anymore. The husband or the wife that I'm with right now does
what did
not
he
provide
do?
any substance for me
This
in
is
this
Emmett.
marriage.
Joe, this is Emmett Smith. This is the Hall of Fame running back, but I don't know who he is off the field. All I know is he's just
They grew
person.
apart throughout
How do you grow
the
apart,
years.
Andy? Andy, how do they grow apart? Isn't God part of their foundation? Right?
Easy,
Come on, Andy.
man.
You tell me. I know you a Christian. Explain it to me. Tell
They
me,
either
Andy. I'm
grew apart-
confused. I'm confused. Didn't they
something
say that
happened.
that's the only way that you marriage sustains is if you're but Andy, I already know you're not the same. You're not like the typical traditional bougie Christian. You're the Christian who has a mentality. But dog, what?
Something happened, dog.
What happened? What did Emmett do? Don't tell me Emmett cheated. He didn't cheat.
I didn't say Emmett cheated.
Hall of Fame.
I didn't say he cheated.
What did he do? What's your assumption? Give me an assumption.
I'm trying to tell you.
You're saying that he did. You said something happened. What happened? What happened?
That's
he got the gold jacket on. What happened?
Oh God. I don't.
I got my hands folded up. Tell me something. I'm listening.
All right, listen. What Emmett may have done might have been nothing whatsoever. It was just a natural process of, man, we've been together for this long, and you just naturally, the love that you have naturally just slowly fades. You start to like each other now. You get used to each other now, and it's not genuine and constant love.
Well, you know what that means to me, though, right? That means if you because the thing is, there's no guaranteed equation to make your relationship last. You're just doing the best that you can, and you hopefully you just hope that the end goal, the end result of that equation of all your actions equals a sustained marriage that'll last forever, right, Andy? That's all you can hope for. But dog, if I'm Emmett Smith and I wake up and my wife literally tells me, hey, I'm done with you, I don't want to be with you anymore, and you gave her 24 years of your life, that's 24 years of growth. That's 24 years of sacrifice. Boy, dog, I would be broken hearted, man. I'd be like, dog, this is bullshit. This is what my G's be telling.
Now you gotta find somebody that's 50 and better to be with again.
Mm-hmm.
And that pussy trash. You already know it's trash.
Probably not.
Why is it that's a whole nother conversation.
Because it's old. It ain't youthful. It ain't wet. Instead of that.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Instead of that, what's that thing called that be coming down?
Waterfall.
Instead of a waterfall, it's more like a glass, splash of a cup of water.
Oh, hey man! First of all,
it's like when you go in the sink and you wash your hands and you gotta dry it off. Those waters.
I ain't saying nothing. I don't know.
This shit dries up quick, ain't y'all?
Man, y'all crazy, man.
Oh man, but Andy, when I saw that, my spirit it's like, damn, dog. There's like no guarantee, and there, dog, man, like I know there's men that do that too. You know, man, like you it's either the sex with that person get old, maybe the bullshit that they do get old. You know, like Offset and Cardi B, obviously they're going through.
Nah, Offset kept cheating.
Yo,
Cardi B ain't passing nothing past nobody.
Yo,
all that. Yeah, we just grew apart. He wasn't cheating. Offset was cheating. Sorry. Next conversation. Don't even talk about Cardi B. She lying. She big cap.
Yeah, man. But Andy, dog, like what do you think? Like when, because I know you're about to walk down the aisle. I can just tell you from my experience, man, what me and my wife do, man, we always like spice it up. We always constantly remind each other how much we love each other, how much we need each other.
Literally in front of me.
And so, you know, and now you're about to be that man, and you're about to walk down that aisle. What is something that you and your future wife or fiance are talking about to not just, you know, grow apart? That's just the worst thing. Everyone asks you, what happened to you guys? We grew apart. The fuck does that mean? I don't understand. What does it mean? Just tell me the truth. What really happened? Was she just not on the business grind anymore and she just didn't care about money? Huh? Or were you just bored of her? Maybe her body was falling apart and you just wasn't with it anymore. You told her to get in shape. She just ignored you. What is it? Are you struggling with some erectile dysfunction? What's going on? Say something. Tell me. Yeah, yo, man, but Andy, what are you in? Have you and Rick ever had that conversation about what you guys are gonna do so you guys don't have to go through that BS talking about, oh, we're gonna grow apart? Because that's a bunch of BS. You just grow apart. How does that happen? Not unless that person's pissing you off. Go ahead, Andy. I want to hear what you guys say.
No, man. For me, for us, actually, I think the hugest thing is that we are just intentional with how we love each and every single day. And I think I can't stress that enough, because if you get married, right, and you going off of the fabrication of what you thought love looked like in the movies or in the books or in the TV shows, that marriage is gonna fail, and it's gonna fail fast, because marriage is not a noun, it's a verb. It requires action. So it's in terms of me and Eureka, we got to make sure that that every single day that we're married, it's the intention behind our love to make sure that we are the best individuals that we could be for that other person. And it's work. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be days where she's going to get on my nerves. There's going to be days where I get on her nerve, but we have to remember, like, all right, we have to commit to these vows. And I don't want to make it seem like, because I think the issue is I'm not happy in the marriage. All right, then work to fix it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, because when in terms of like divorce, I don't think that divorce should never come from one person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should never be like, oh, I want a divorce, and it's like the other person didn't have a chance to fix anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, no, like, let's, if that is if the presence of divorce is coming up, go to therapy. Something, do everything in your power to keep that marriage alive, because again, it's the love that is there, man. Again, it's work. It's an action. You have to be intentional every single day to make sure that things work out for the marriage, man. Right. And that, I think it's as simple as that. You know, like I think that the biggest issue with society nowadays is that, again, love is fabricated. Love is marketed as as an emotion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, nah, bro. It's an action, bro.
It is. And love, sometimes even, you know, sometimes love could just be a little false. It could be like, when the person's doing everything right, it's easy to love them. When they're doing everything wrong, it ain't that easy to love them. And now at that point, what kicks into your head is commitment. Like, man, you know what? They gonna get it together. Your optimism. You know, nah, man, this ain't gonna happen to me, man. I like, dog, there's gonna be some times, Andy, where you're gonna be like, oh God, man, here we go again. I told her what to do. She just doesn't listen. It's just going one ear out the other. But at the end of the day, you need to have a level of optimism for that significant other, and you need to speak it into existence. And trust me, those words will come around and it will hit that person's spirit, man. And next thing you know, they get it together. You'd be surprised. It just works like that every time, man. Something that I've learned, man. She does that for me too. She's like, you are special. If there's anybody that's going to be successful in business and has the personality for it, it is definitely you. And it's just so crazy. Literally a few months later, after she said that, all of a sudden started figuring everything out. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. That's how powerful her words are to my life, you know, and to not only my life, dog, my spirit. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm a physical being, but it's a spirit that keeps this physical being moving. You know what I mean, Joe and Andy? That's what keeps me going. And if that spirit is dead within me, I'm pretty much dead. So I gotta constantly hear the cheers. Maybe I gotta hear some boos too sometimes. It's all good. Whatever it is, I'm gonna listen to it, man, so my spirit can go attack, dog. But that shit is crazy, man. People that you would never think that they would break up, and they're breaking up. You're like, damn, not you guys, not you. Shit, oh man, like everybody thought Will and Jada were it. Nope.
They are it. they it to the entanglement.
That shit was crazy. Well, from what I hear from people that are older than me, they told me when they first got together, she had such an infatuation for Tupac, dog. Like, she was always excited when she was talking to him, always bubbly. And when Tupac died, she cried every day for 6 months. Oh, man. You know what I mean? And I'm married to you, and you keep crying about another man for 6 months straight? Oh, man.
Tupac put it on her.
Yeah, we'll never know. Pretty sure he did.
No. It's not. You never know. He did.
He put the dick.
Ain't no way.
Hit him up was inside.
Yeah. Guaranteed.
Nigga, I hit him up.
He wasn't talking about Biggie when he said, "That's why I fucked your bitch."
Fat motherfucker.
He was not talking about Biggie.
That was the greatest diss I ever heard in my life.
He was talking about Will Smith. Talking about Will Smith. Instead of fat motherfucker, he had to put fat motherfucker to disguise it. Yeah.
That was the hardest. Yo, if you ever about to fight somebody, play that song and you'll whoop that person's ass. I guarantee you'll find a way.
Yeah,
that's the fighting song. You ever want to fight somebody, Andy?
Crazy.
Listen to Hit 'Em Up by Tupac. I think you've heard it already. You heard it, right?
I have, yeah.
Isn't that the greatest diss you've ever heard? I've never heard a diss that could top that. I've heard Nas's Ether, and I'm like, that's why Tupac ain't get along with Nas.
First of all, Nas Ether is pretty dope. If you knew the beef that Jay-Z and Nas had,
it's finessing. Tupac made you wanted to be on his side. You didn't want to be on Biggie's side. You're like, I'm standing next to this guy.
I'm not gonna lie. Tupac made West Coast and Cali look
hard as fuck.
It made them look like Miami was just pathetic. Like, I used to just look at Tupac like, yo, he's on
fire.
I'm not going. He was damn near. He was getting close to the pinnacle of Michael Jackson of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how high he was.
We got less than a minute, by the way, but it's all good. We'll continue.
What the hell?
But yeah, man. But like I said though, man. But yeah, man, you're right. He was about to get close to Michael Jackson's side. I'm just sad that he passed away, man. That guy was great. He was great at what he did. Great at what he did, man. I guess after this thing cuts off, I guess we can talk about the playoffs, and you guys can tell me what you think, man. It's pretty special what I'm seeing right now, dog. I'll tell you. I told Andy what my game plan.
Save it first. Save it.
Huh? All right.
Save it.
Got you, man.